Mixture problems are amongst the most practical we'll encounter at any level of algebra.
Darn tootin'.
I always love to tell people the story of my wife in nursing school at Montgomery College, as a matter of fact. Every Monday had to take a dosage test, a math test, with 10 of the problems very much like we're about to show you. And if she didn't get 9 out of those 10 problems correct, she couldn't work as a nurse that week. That's how important it is to know how to do dosages with medicine. So, don't think that people don't use this all the time. So with that said, let's dig in.
Let's play. Here we go.
And do some problems. There's really 2 new tricks I want to add to your 5 basic steps of word problems. One is the word of. Half of 50 is 25, isn't it? 10% of 500 is 50. Where did that come from? 50% of 300 is 150.
I know that, dude.
Of means times.
Pay attention, son. Look at me when
Okay.
I'm talking to you.
The other trick is, if we take 4 quarts of something and add it to 7 quarts of something, what will we get? Of course, you'll get 11 quarts. If we take 5 cups of something and add it to 3 cups of something, what will you get? Well, you'll get, of course, 5 plus 3 cups, which is 8 cups. Nothing new here. But if we take X quarts of something and add it to 7 quarts, what do we have? Hopefully this is obvious to you. We have...
But that's so easy. I should have thought of it for you.
Don't get crazy. We have X plus 7 quarts. And we're going to be using that idea throughout all of these problems. Okay? Now often, these mixture problems, in fact just about all the time, these mixture problems are going to be of the form amount 1 times type 1 plus amount 2 times type 2 equals amount 1 plus amount 2 times this new type of mixture that you're forming. Note that if I pour amount 2 into amount 1, how much do I get? I just told you before, you get amount 1 plus amount 2. That's how much you'll have of something. Now usually the amount you're pouring in, you don't know how much to pour in, so it's going to be X. So we'll have something of the form, something that looks like this, which would be how much of a 50% solution do I need to add to 7 gallons of an 80% solution to get a 60% solution. Now I have to throw in the X plus 7, because remember, I'm pouring X amount into 7 gallons, and how much am I getting? As I told you before, X plus 7. This one would be how much of a $3.50 a pound, for instance, mixture would I have to add to 34 units of a $5 a pound mixture to get a $4 a pound mixture, but we have to throw in the X plus 34 because it's amount plus amount. That's the new part. Okay, you have to know that amount plus amount, well, is just amount plus amount, just what it says. Okay?
Now then, boy, we'll see how much you learn.
Let's try one. Before we allow you to start mixing something that's perhaps medicinal to people or poisonous to weeds, say, let's mix something that's harmless. Let's mix a salt or saline solution. And our question here is, how much of a 32% strength saline solution must be added to 16 gallons of a 20% strength solution to strengthen it to exactly a 23% solution? Apparently that's going to be the magic number that we need to use of strength-wise for this mixture. Well, as always, the first step is to name what X is. What do we want to know? Well, we want to know how much 32% solution. So that's x. X is how much of the 32% solution, not the strength of it, how much of it, which in this case is going to be gallons, I guess. So let's cross that out. Now, step 2, everything else in the problem. What do we have in this problem? How much of the 20% solution? Well, let's read it. We know that number. It's 16. Okay? What else is involved? How much of the 23% solution? Now, that's what we're going to end up with. We're going to put x into our 16 gallons. Here's where it gets difficult. Not that hard. What are we going to get? X plus 16. We're pouring x into 16, so we're going to end up with x plus 16. Don't make this difficult. So, we can write the equation. How much of means times, of a 32% solution must be added, it's word for word, isn't it, to 16 gallons of means times 20% solution to get, or to strengthen it to, don't forget your amount, times your 23%. And that is your equation. Let's solve this equation. I'm going to distribute, multiply 16 times 20 and get 320, and distribute the 23 to the x and the 23 to the 16 and get 368. Now, let's subtract 23x from both sides, and we'll get x alone by subtracting 320 from both sides and dividing by 9. 48 divided by 9, these things often don't come out very even, and I get 5.3. Okay, let's finish this baby off. Answer the question. 5.3. How much? 5.3 gallons. The unit that goes in is the unit that comes out. And there it is. Okay, let's expand this idea to perhaps a business application. We're still going to have a mixture. We want to create a coffee flavor. We've got some amaretto coffee and we've got some vanilla coffee. So the question is, how many pounds of amaretto coffee, which costs $7 a pound, should be added to 14 pounds of vanilla coffee, a little cheaper at $4 a pound, to make a mixture that should be sold for $5 a pound? Well, once again, let's start off, as always, naming what x is. And what we want to know here, let's look into it, what we want to know is how much, the amount of the $7 coffee. Okay? And I'm going to cross that out. Now, everything else in the problem, what can I write down? How much of the vanilla coffee? I actually know how much vanilla coffee I have. It's 14 pounds. That's the unit. And how much of the mixture coffee will I get if I pour x into 14?
No problemo.
That's x plus 14. That's the only even semi-difficult part in this problem. Okay, well, let's write what we have here. We'll write the equation. How much of means times, so how much times the $7 a pound coffee must be added to 14 pounds of means times, so I'll multiply the $4 a pound coffee to get, that's equals to get, now what's my amount now? X plus 14, and my new type
I'll make this look good.
is $5 a pound. It's not so bad, is it?
Go ahead. Make my day.
Let's solve this bad boy. 14 times 4 is 56, and 5 times 14 is 70. So we have 7x plus 56 equals 5x plus 70. I'm going to get all the x's on one side by subtracting the smaller one, 5x. from both sides. And now I'll get the x by itself by subtracting 56 from both sides. And then, oh, this one comes out nice. I'll divide both sides by 2. And believe it or not, x is 7.
And you're going to do it because I said...
You better answer the question. You better answer the question. 7 what? Very important. 7 years, 7 dogs. Well, the unit that went in, we're asking how much coffee. So the answer is 7 pounds.
Brilliance. That's all I can say. Sheer, unadulterated
It's not that bad, is it? Okay. It's homework time. Go practice it.